Now the same concept is applied for forming sugar candy, popularly called as MISHRI. So how is MISHRI made? Well, it is formed by allowing a supersaturated solution of sugar in water to crystallize onto a surface of a small cube of sugar crystal. And let's understand this process with the help of a video. So we first take a saucepan and add a cup of water into it. Next, we add 3 cups of sugar in it and stir it well. And you can see that after some time, the sugar gets dissolved. Now go on adding more sugar and keep on stirring the solution till the water stops dissolving sugar particles. And thus it forms a saturated solution. And we've just studied that MISHRI is formed from a supersaturated solution of sugar and water. And while stirring, you can feel the grittiness at the bottom of the saucepan. Now start heating the solution and constantly stir it until the sugar solution comes to a boil. And as it comes to a boil, remove the pan from the heat and you can observe that all the sugar has been dissolved. And thus the supersaturated solution of sugar and water is now ready. Now pour this sugar solution into a container and allow it to cool. So students, while a solution is cooling down, take a thick cotton thread and dip half of it in this supersaturated sugar solution. Now leave it undisturbed for a few days by covering it with paper towel. And after a few days, what will you see? Well, you will see that sugar crystals have grown all over the length of the thread which was dipped inside the sugar solution. And that's how our sugar candy or MISHRI is made. Now remove it from the solution and allow it to dry for a few minutes, and there you go. So you are now ready to enjoy your sweet rock candy. So this is your sweet rock candy that we have finally obtained from the supersaturated solution of sugar and water. So students, while watching the video, have you noticed something peculiar here? Well, if you are a keen observer, then you must have noticed that while we were heating the water solution, its capacity to dissolve sugar particles increased even on reaching a saturation level. And now the question arises that how does heating cause large quantity of solute such as sugar to get dissolved in saturated solution of water? So students, let's take this sugar solution and heat it. So when we heat the water, then water molecules, they gain energy and move around randomly and vigorously. Now the random motion of water molecules creates more space for the sugar molecules to occupy. And this brings them in close contact with the water molecules. Now when we allow the solution to gradually cool, then sugar will remain dissolved, at least for some time, and we call it a supersaturated solution. But gradually after a few days, sugar starts to resettle at the bottom of the beaker once again. So what are we actually doing while we are heating or stirring the sugar solution? Yes, when we heat the solution, we are letting the water molecules to create space for the sugar particles to occupy. Similarly, as when the food is being prepared, the air above it becomes hot and it expands. Now the question here is, why does air expand on heating? Yes, it is so because on increasing the temperature, the air molecules, they gain energy and start moving faster. And they move away from each other, thus occupying more space. And as the intermolecular spaces between the air molecules increase, it causes the volatile odorous molecules of food to occupy them. Where odorous molecules are such molecules which gives us the sense of smell. Now as the odorous molecules fits into the space provided within the air molecules, they move randomly at a fast pace, thus giving the aroma of food. So this is all about this module where we have discussed about saturated and supersaturated solution. And we will meet again with many more interesting topics of science.